welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Shivani Singh. If you want to understand the trajectory of a rising power, look at its borders. Not just at the lines on a map, but at the men and women who actually hold them. 2025 was not just another year for the Indian Army. It was a year of strategic recalibration. For decades, the narrative was about reaction, responding to provocations. In 2025, that narrative shifted permanently to pro-action. From the icy heights of Alaska to the cyclone-hit coasts of Sri Lanka and the rugged peaks of Arunachal, the Indian Army didn't just defend, it defined. Now, the Ministry of Defence actually called this year the Year of Reforms. The theme, Samarth Bharat, Saksham Sena, a capable India, an empowered army. We look back at some of the moments that defined this transformation. Moments of valor, of course, but also moments of cold, hard innovation. We begin with the most consequential military action of the decade. May 7th, 2025. The context, a brutal terror attack in Pahalgam on April 22nd that claimed 26 civilian lives. The response? Operation Sindoor. This wasn't just another surgical strike. This was a tri-services masterclass in synergy. Using the integrated air command and control system and Akash missiles, the Army, in tandem with the Air Force, neutralized 9 Jaish and Lashkar camps across the LOC and deeper into Pakistan. The message was clear. The cost of targeting Indian civilians is now prohibitive. No civilian collateral damage on the other side, but a total dismantling of terror infrastructure. 127 gallantry awards were handed out this Independence Day for this operation alone. It was a strategic success that redefined India's deterrence. But muscle is useless without a modern brain. On July 26, Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi unveiled a blueprint that actually changed the Army's DNA. The Year of Reforms introduced us to 3 names that you should also memorize: Rudra, Bhairav, and Divya Sastra. Now, Rudra is an all-arms brigade. No more waiting for armor or artillery to arrive. They are integrated from the start. A Bhairav is the light commando battalions equipped with drone platoons in every unit. And Divya Astra is the AI-enhanced artillery. What's the goal? A leaner, meaner force that uses AI to close the sensor-to-shooter loop in seconds. This isn't just a reform, it's a revolution to address the post-Galwan reality. The philosophy behind these changes is simple: speed, synergy, and survival. In modern warfare, by the time a commander asks for artillery or air support through traditional channels, the window of opportunity has often closed. These new structures solve that problem. Brigade Rudra, which is the all-arms powerhouse. So traditionally, an Indian Army brigade was predominantly infantry or armor, and they had to request support from other units. Brigade Rudra eliminates that bureaucracy by integrating everything under one command. Integrated firepower is there, as every Rudra brigade has its own dedicated artillery battery and an armored squadron permanently attached. There's also a drone umbrella. Unlike older structures where drones were managed at the division level, Rudra brigades have their own integrated drone signal corps for real-time surveillance and electronic warfare. They also have logistics independence. They carry their own technical support and repair on-the-go units, making them capable of independent operations for longer durations. Now let's talk about the battalion of Bhairav. the ghost in the machine, while Rudra is about the mass and power. Bhairav is about precision and stealth. These are the light commando battalions. They are designed for the rugged terrains of the LAC and the LOC. They also have a drone platoon. Every single infantry unit under the Bhairav structure now has a dedicated drone platoon. This isn't just for scouting. It includes kamikaze or loiter munitions that a soldier can actually launch from a backpack. Specialized training. Soldiers in Bhairav units are trained in multi-domain tactics, meaning a single soldier is proficient in mountaineering, tech ops, and advanced sniping. They swap heavy vehicles for high mobility all-terrain vehicles and the Zorawar light tank, allowing them to strike in areas where the enemy assumes heavy equipment cannot reach. In fact, General Dwivedi has emphasized that these reforms address the grey zone warfare which we see today. Whether it's a standoff in the Himalayas or a precision strike like Operation Sindoor, these units don't need to wait for orders from Delhi or Udhampur to access high-tech assets. They carry those assets with them. Let's talk about hardware. For years, the army struggled for a light tank suited for the Himalayas. In 2025, Zorawar answered the call. On October 17th, this 25-ton beast, co-developed by the DRDO and the LAT, successfully tested the Nag Mk2 missile in top attack mode. It's agile, it's lethal, and it's ours. If Zorawar is the shield in the mountains, BrahMos remains the sword in the sea. In early December, the Kharga and Sudarshan Chakra Corps executed a flawless combat launch in the Bay of Bengal. In a world of multi-domain warfare, the ability to strike deep with supersonic precision is India's Atmanirbhar edge. Tradition also saw a makeover this year. For the first time, the 77th Army Day Parade moved to Pune. Why does this matter? Because the army is not a Delhi-centric entity. It belongs to the soil of the Deccan, the South, and the East. We saw women Agniveers marching with robotic mules, a literal blend of human spirit and machine precision. Then came Infantry Day on October 27th, marking 79 years since the 1947 Srinagar airlift. The army honored its history while releasing a new roadmap for the modern infantryman. The message? We remember the wooden planes of 47, but we are ready for the laser-guided reality of 2025. India's military diplomacy also hit a high note. In September, 500 Indian troops were in Alaska for Yudh Abhyas 2025, training for high-altitude, cold-weather warfare with the US 11th Airborne Division. This isn't just a drill. It's a signal of interoperability in the Indo-Pacific. But power isn't just about war fighting. It's about heart winning. When Cyclone Ditwa ravaged Sri Lanka in December, the Shatrujit Brigade didn't wait. Operation Sagar Bandhu was launched. This is the neighborhood first policy in olive green. Restoring services, rescuing families, and proving that the Indian Army is a first responder for the entire region. Finally, two moments that showcase the soul of the soldier. In December, the Gajraj Corps achieved the first southern ascent of Mount Kangto, Arunachal's highest peak at over 7,000 meters. In the world of geopolitics, mountaineering is a form of territorial assertion. By standing on that peak, the Indian Army sent a quiet, firm message about whose land that they are actually guarding. And at the Manekshaw Center, we saw Inno Yodha 2025. 32 innovations designed not by scientists and labs, but by soldiers in trenches. From the exploder for detection to the Agni Astra for precision. These are the IPRS owned by the men in uniform. As General Dwivedi has said, and I quote, "Integration lies in strength." In 2025, the Indian Army proved it is no longer just a legacy force. It is a technology-first, indigenous and deeply empathetic power. It countered deepfakes, rescued wildlife in Siachen, and modernized at a pace that has surprised global observers. 2025 was the year India stopped looking for solutions elsewhere and started building them at home. The soldier remains the same, brave, resilient, and selfless. But the army that they serve, that has changed forever. Thank you for watching.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.